My name is Raywin, and what you're seeing right now is my $25 gaming PC. $25. Crazy stuff right here. Long story short, going through the ad on my local Craigslist, I was, like I always usually do, I like finding deals on there, and I saw someone posted an ad in the beach area where they were saying, computer without hard drive. And I was like, $25, computer without hard drive, I have a spare. Let's see what they're offering. And I saw that it was a Dell XPS. They have the listed specs with the service tag that they got with it when they first bought with it. Apparently the guy maxed it out when it was, I guess, initially being made. So he decided to max out this fella right here. He got, I guess, top line specs for that time. I'm guessing like 2007, 2008. And long story short, long story short, when I came to check it out at the beach area, which is about 25 minutes away from me, it had all the parts besides a hard drive. And this thing was only $25, and I was ecstatic. I was really happy that I saw it was only for $25. So the specs in this baby includes a Core 2 Quad 9450. I can't really see it behind there. But it's Core 2 Quad, so it's a quad-core CPU. It's great stuff. I love the Core 2 Quad series and the Core 2 Duos. That and the AMD Athlon series are my favorite CPUs. If I had many of those over the current CPU I have, I mean, I would love it. There is 4 sticks of DDR2 RAM in there. Both of them are each a gig, and those are Samsung sticks, or Samsung DIMMs. And a fairly powerful 9800 GT. It's an older card, but keep in mind, this computer was only $25 overall when this was originally released. The guy claimed it was about $2,500. No, not $2,500. About $1,800 to $2,000 to actually max this out when he used this as his work PC, but he knew that the computer was already getting older and it's not worth as much as it was before. There's no way he's going to get that much money out of it, but still, at least this computer is still, if I decide to sell it, it's still worth at least about $150, $200 on Craigslist, or even eBay. eBay is still going for $200. But yeah, this is the 1GB EVGA, 1GB EVGA 9800 GT with 256-bit memory bus, and it has a, it was GDDR3, so again, a bit older, but not too bad. And I'll show you the benchmarks and what it can run and what it's capable, along with this Core 2 Quad. I do have other GPUs around the house that are a little bit more powerful, but honestly, for what I use this for, this is primarily a computer I have sitting next to my main setup that I use as a, TV computer. This is pretty big for a TV computer, but it's stronger than your average TV computer. I can game on it. It's gonna also be a guest computer as well. And the only part, like I said, it was missing is a hard drive, and I had a spare WD Raptor drive that was in my room. It was 160 gigs, and I'm not downloading too much games on here, maybe 1 or 2 at a time, so I kind of don't care about the space limitation. So I just slapped it on. Works like a dream, and I'm very happy with it. Now I'm going to take it to my room and show you how the setup looks and even and some of its benchmark performance. There it is, sitting right next to my great FX 6300 CPU that I built not too long ago. I'll make a video about that sometime sooner or later. Long story short, this PC only cost me $140 to put together, and I'll explain sometime at a later date. But there's the Dell XPS 420. This is the star of the show today. And oh yeah, I forgot. The only other, I guess, cosmetic issue is that there's a dent on this, so it kind of makes it stick out, but it's whatever. It's perfectly working. Now this is it hooked up to my TV. I am currently having it hooked up to just a 720p 32-inch TV, and I'll show you its specs right now. There you go, Core 2 Quad, 9450, 4 gigs of RAM. It's running Windows 10 and it runs it beautifully. It doesn't look shabby on this. And now, let's get started with the benchmarks. Alright, first things first, I'd like to apologize for the recorded benchmarks from my camera. Long story short, I'm only doing this because it does give me the ability to show off its full frame rate unhindered by programs such as Fraps. I don't believe the 9800 GT supports Shadowplay just yet, so I'm not going to really bother trying. So I'm just going to simply record from my camera and do a voiceover of what it looks like. Long story short, you can see here that Unigine Heaven is
still pretty intensive on the 9800 GT with that, even with that Core 2 quad supporting it. I got an average about 19 to 24 FPS, just an average. It did get better when I did lower the graphics and the settings, of course, but that's how it's looking like with this part of the benchmark. And now moving on to the benchmark for BioShock Infinite. Basically, I just ran the standard benchmark on BioShock Infinite. I'm not actually playing the game right now because it's a little bit complicated to play while holding the camera, so I don't have a tall enough tripod. But it runs very well. I am very, very impressed, especially since BioShock Infinite is newer than the graphics card itself in this system. But it doesn't take too much to run, in my personal opinion, although it is quite a heavy game on older systems. This is one of the things that surprised me the most about the 9800 GT, considering that BioShock Infinite is one of the, besides Metro, is one of the toughest games for me to actually benchmark on that computer. I didn't want to download Metro just because it will take forever, and BioShock Infinite just happens to be one of my favorite games I've played of all time, especially when the game dropped down to like 10 or $5 on a Steam sale, and that's what made me really buy it. But this is on medium on 1280 by 720 and it's getting an average of 30 to 40 frames depending on the area. I have seen part of the game where it actually got up to 60, but then again the 60 frames were in buildings with lower lights and nothing too demanding or anything crazy with the environment going on. But overall it runs incredibly well, and I am very impressed about the BioShock benchmark performed on this 9800 GT with a Core 2 quad.
Alright, so this right here will be me just showing a video of Left 4 Dead in real time. There's a little bit of an awkward setup because I don't have anything tall enough to really have my camera point to the TV, so the quality might not be the best, but I want to show how well it runs with this 9800 GT with a Core 2 quad. And as you can see, it runs amazingly. Almost 60 FPS. But then again, this is only on 720p. Wow, actually, it's on 1680 by 1050, which I didn't realize that my TV can go up to. Alright, but anti-aliasing, 4x MSA, anisotropic AX, very high, pretty much all great settings. I mean, then again, this game is several years old, and this GPU is probably newer than the one that's already on the Xbox and the, what do you call it? Yeah, it's newer than the one on the Xbox. So it's not like it's mind-blowing that this can run it very well already, but still great though. So if I want to play this with my friends, you know, they can just use this machine, I can use my current machine, and we'll all know that this game runs very well. And the Core 2 Quad is a great system. The 9800 GT is so far impressing me for what it can do. Not the best GPU out there, but hey, it came with my goddamn CPU that I bought. Well, not my goddamn Dell XPS 420 that I bought for only $25. So I'm not going to complain. It works. I'm going to leave this graphics card in. I was going to place a GT640 in there, but kind of thought, don't really need to. I might just give that GPU to a friend of mine because, you know, they could use the upgrade more than I can. And again, this PC right here has got primarily only be for my TV watching needs, my anime watching needs, my movie watching needs. For a friend to use when they're over, they can use the CPU while I'm using my main one right next to them. So it's also kind of a LAN machine. So it doesn't really matter to me like how fast it can really run all games. Alright, so that was the video of my Dell XPS 420. Great gaming machine so far, especially since I'm only using it for mostly my TV uses, mostly for watching movies and animes while I'm laying on my bed, or even having friends use it for playing games when they don't want to bring their computer over. It's like, hey, I have a computer right here, you don't need to bring it. I mean, I have my gaming laptop over there, and these two desktops, so I mean, I'm set. I'm currently editing this video right now, and it's working very smoothly. I'm very happy with how it's kind of coming out, so I can't wait to have it uploaded. Next week or the week after, I will post a video on my FX 6300 build, which is the build right there, right next to the Dell XPS 420. I believe I named that the Dark Knight or the Stealth Knight, I forgot what it was called, just because it looks sleek. And it was a PC that I put together for less than $300, basically 140 to be exact. But I'll explain more why. Tomorrow I will upload a G-Flex 2 video unboxing. Probably, I don't know, just to have something out. But basically, I do highly recommend looking on your local ad, or even going on eBay, you know, Craigslist, and see what people are selling especially on Craigslist, since you can easily find a cheap desktop for about 25 to 50 bucks. Dual core most likely, but if you can find yourself a quad core. Yesterday I found an AMD Athlon 860K with a motherboard, a case, and a power supply for 50. I kind of regret not buying it, but I kind of thought, hey, I don't really need that right now. But it was a working set, and it was only 50 bucks. And it was only about a 15-minute drive, maybe. So I say look for something like that. You can easily build yourself a capable gaming computer for well under 100 bucks. Find a good used graphics card for like 50 bucks, like the 570 Ti, 560 Ti, you know, something older, but that will still be more than capable of gaming than anything that comes with a stock desktop you buy from Best Buy, Amazon, or anything like that. But anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching. I appreciate the views. If you actually do watch this, definitely check things out on your local area for a gaming PC, for a cheap PC, and turn it into a gaming PC. And if you did, you know, let me know what you did. Thank you very much. Take care.